Ladies, time has expired. The chair recognizes the gentlewoman from California. Ms. Brownley, you're recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you, Mr. Secretary, for being here. I wanted to follow up a little bit more on Ms. Rivas's question. It sounds like you are now on the record that you believe that you believe in drought, and
I believe
in drought.
drought.
That drought exists in our country, particularly on the West Coast.
We have
It's a
drought.
challenge that we have to face.
Yes, I mean,
Yes, okay.
we have drought in North Dakota too. We have drought cycles and wet
Yes.
cycles. We know how that works.
Yes. And you're familiar with the WaterSMART program?
I think this is the one that she was referring to.
Yeah.
In terms of yes,
Yes, okay. So,
I'm not deeply familiar. I don't know the inner workings of it.
okay, all right. My understanding is that the budget proposal anyway, is proposing to zero out the funding for this program. And I just want to make you aware that this program is based on non-federal match money. So for every $2.70 of non-federal money is matched to a dollar of federal money. So the point being is, pardon me? The point being is that seems like a pretty good return, a pretty good investment for the federal government. So I hope you will look into zeroing out this program, because this seems like a critical program. I think there's been based on the Bureau of Reclamation's own dashboard, about 2,091 projects so far have been supported by this WaterSMART program. And I will say, in my district, I partially represent the city of Ventura in California, which is one of the largest cities in Southern California that relies solely on local water sources, not any other source other than local sources. And so they've been undergoing a wonderful project for recycling water and creating reliable drinking water for their community. So it's a very, very important program, and I hope you will look into it and get back to both Ms. Rivas and I in terms of what your intentions may be moving forward. The other question I wanted to ask you is, are you aware that DOGE first posted a list of hundreds of potential field office leases planned for termination back in March?
Yes, I'm familiar with that.
Okay. So one of the offices on that list was the Bureau of Safety and Environmental Enforcement, BSEE regional office, located in my district in Camarillo, California. And this is the only regional BSEE office in the West Coast, and it employs staff who are responsible for ensuring active and retired offshore oil platforms are maintained and remain in compliance with environmental law. Can you commit today that you will not terminate the regional BSEE office lease, which is crucial in providing oversight over offshore oil and gas operations along the West Coast?
The work they do is crucial. I won't make any commitments about leases. We've got way too much space across Interior. I mean, when I was confirmed, I walked into a building here in town that's got the capacity to hold 3,500 people, and the only people there was a few National Park police and some custodians. I mean, and then we got space all over the country, and everybody was working remotely.
I understand, Mr. Secretary, but this is the only office on the West Coast to do this work.
Well, we can preserve the work, but we don't have to necessarily preserve that specific lease or that building. And I think it's appropriate when we're trying to, everybody here wants to save programs, have money for projects, have people on the front lines, then we should really be looking hard at real estate, because that's someplace where if we save dollars on real estate, it allows us to spend more on the other projects.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary. I'll ask one last question, and can you at least commit to providing appropriate notice to the committee and myself as a member who represents the city where the office is stationed, if you consider closing the office?
Well, I said we wouldn't stop the work. I mean,
I understand if you would just give us notice if you're going to close the office or not close the office. If you decide to close the office, would you give me notice and the committee notice?
If we were discontinuing the work that we're doing, of course, we would notify you. But if we're just talking about whether we rent, lease, buy, own, those things, I
Thank
think
you, Mr. Secretary. I understand. I yield back.
Gentlelady's time has expired.